Apple Intelligence is finally here. Now, we only have some of the features, so we definitely do not have all of them, and this is almost like a partial look at them and even a review until December, which is when we get iOS 18.2, which is going to bring Genmoji, as well as Image Playground, and a lot of the image generation features. But right now, we got a plentiful of features, and honestly, I've been loving them. Just alone from the new Siri look to how gorgeous this looks, and the fact that it's not on every device, I definitely think was a missed opportunity. But considering that as of right now, Siri isn't smarter. So it's the same Siri that we've had for every other year, just with a new look and a new voice that makes her sound more human. If you use a HomePod or an old Apple device that's not running the A17 Pro or later chip or an M1 chip, you're not going to have access to any of that. So if we hear the new Siri talk, this is what she sounds like. How are you today?
I'm pretty good, thanks.
And if we compare the new voice to the old one using my HomePod here, this is how the old one sounds. Hey Siri, how are you today?
I'm pretty good, thanks.
You'll notice she sounds more human. There's almost like this new feel to it. But we didn't get any of the ChatGPT integration, which is coming with iOS 18.4, any of the on-screen awareness, which is coming in iOS 18.4. So basically every point update is going to bring a bunch of new Apple Intelligence features. So right now we have the new Siri that's better at understanding if you stumble over your words, the writing tools that can rewrite, summarize, proofread your messages, or any text you're writing, the notification summaries for any application, and also when you're in the Messages app or the Mail app, it'll basically just summarize it in line so you can see without having to go to the email or click the summarize button. We also get suggested replies in Messages and Mail, so it'll automatically be like, is this how you want to reply? And it does learn you, and this is something I've noticed with mine, as the suggestions went from so very almost robotic to basically how I write and type, which is a little concerning to see that my phone now basically knows how I type, but it also has known how I typed for years using predictive text. So this isn't really anything out of the ordinary. We also got the new cleanup tool where you can just circle and remove something from an image. So if you want to remove a person or a people or an animal, really anything from your image, you can circle it and let the AI basically do it itself. And this is all done on device, so you can do it whenever you want. You can also just create memories in the Photos app using Apple Intelligence based on the prompt that you suggest. You can also record phone calls and get a transcription in the notes if you want that done, just using the new button, although I believe that is available on every iPhone, but not the transcription part. We also got a new focus mode called Reduce Interruption, and also get Reduce Interruptions brought everywhere to our focus modes. So if you're like me and have your action button to actually set to a focus mode, I used to have this set to do not disturb. It's now set to reduce interruptions. And what I really like about reduce interruptions and now basically every focus mode is you can turn it on to have it essentially automatically look at your notifications and be like, this is an important one, allow this one through, whereas this is something you can come back to later. So I know personally I always had like social media apps blocked through focus mode, but there were still those one or two things I would need, and I'd make sure that, oh yeah, like I'll see the alert or something, or maybe when I set up the focus mode I didn't think I would need that alert, but now it comes through. And also there are kind of ways around it. So if someone texts you like help or I need you or something along those lines, that it can be like, this is maybe important, and it'll send through, and you can of course provide feedback if you think otherwise. But seeing that these Apple Intelligence features are finally here, we finally have our hands on them after them being announced back in June, just seeing what's to come with iOS 18.2, 3, and even 4, and maybe even 5, as well as the future, I think we are definitely on a very interesting path. I know personally with the ChatGPT integration coming later, the on-screen awareness, the Genmojis, the image playground, the visual lookup using the new camera control button on the iPhone 16 series, and just so much more, I'm really interested to see where this goes. And mainly this is because of the fact that we are going to get so much more in the future, as Apple now essentially has another operating system of Apple Intelligence because it's built into iOS, but it's also on every other device of Mac, iPad, maybe the Apple Watch down the road. So I definitely think we will see big upgrades coming to Apple Intelligence, and it's even its own platform now. But let me know what your thoughts are. If you have Apple Intelligence, are you going to upgrade just for Apple Intelligence? Because you only can do it if you're on an M series chip or an iPhone 15 Pro or later. So right now it's very limited, and I'm aware of that. It's one of those weird situations where you have the features on some, but not on everything, which is very weird. And while you're down there, if you want to hit like and subscribe, I'd appreciate that as well. But I want you to remember that today's a good day to make a great day, and I'll talk to you in the next one. Peace.